were everywhere when you were in TOWIE, and I can't believe that we didn't realise at the time how poorly you were.
Well, I was so young. I mean, I joined TOWIE at a very, very young age. I was 16 when I joined the show. And I didn't really look at it as myself. I just thought I was naturally skinny and, you know, and I didn't, at the time, I was so young, I didn't realise how severely skin and bone I was.
But you must have realised that you had a problem with food, because to be so frightened of putting food in your mouth, that's not normal. You must have known that that was a problem.
So I was diagnosed with a food phobia, and the phobia was not knowing what something was going to taste like. So immediately I wouldn't like what I was eating before I even knew what it was going to taste like.
And you can track this back to a very particular point, can't you, when you were a child?
I mean, I
when you
used
was
to...
like, your mum tried to give you prawns or something.
Yeah, so my mum was like, you know, look, listen, these are prawns. I love prawns. Try them. You're going to absolutely love them. You're going to absolutely love them. And I used to be sitting at the table with, like, a massive, like, hot flush and thinking I knew I wasn't going to like it, but I wanted to really overcome it. And so I tried it and, you know, I literally spat it back out and that was it. And I just...
And is that your earliest memory of sort of this fear of something tasting horrible and then...
I think what I did was I used to go days, well, not days, but I could literally go a day without eating, really, and my mum used to, like, give me packed lunches and...
Oh, poor mum, yeah.
Yeah, she used to give me packed lunches, make sure I went to school with loads of food, because she'd be worrying, and...
And were you like this about all food, or were you just frightened of new foods? I mean, did you have just very specific things you would eat?
It was a bit of OCD as well, which was also part of the food phobia, that I wouldn't have certain foods touching on my plate as a kid. Just, I don't know why, and I look at that now and I think, why did I do that?
But a lot of children go through that, and it's a phase, you know, not wanting to taste anything new, not wanting to try anything different, not even the food touching thing.
It is, yeah.
But normally children sort of grow out of it. Why do you think you kept hold of that?
I think I kept hold of it because I didn't really see anything as a problem as a kid. I mean, as I say, I joined TOWIE at 16 and I was so young that, to me, that was just how I looked and...
But then I suppose food is so much of our lives, isn't it? You go out for a meal, let's go out for a meal, let's do this, do that.
I mean, now, like, I've literally learnt to really love food and I had to really, really push myself to...
So what was it that made you realise, then, that you had a problem and you needed to change your relationship?
So I used to just overhear people on the streets and, you know, someone would come up to me and they'd go, oh, can I have a photo? I love you on TOWIE. And I'd give them a photo and they'd walk off and I could hear people going, oh, that boy needs an hamburger. Do you know? So it always triggered on my mind that...
So what would you eat on an average day, or not eat?
Well, at my lowest, I weighed at one point, at my lowest 7 stone, which was very, very severely skinny. I was, as you can see on that picture, I was completely skin and bone.
And the average for a boy of your age would have been like 10 or 11 stone.
10 or 11, yeah. So I do weigh over just 11 stone now, which I think is really good. And I feel so much more healthier and better. And
did you have to force yourself to change your eating habits?
So what I did is I remember going, this has really got to change, you know. I started taking, like, as you get older, boys like 20, 21, they want to take pictures of their shirts off for their Instagram and social media, and I thought, I want to do that, but I'm skin and bone. But so I got my friend, and you're going to think I'm absolutely crazy right now, but I got one of my friends who works in, like, Photoshop. I said, I'm never going to be like a pump-up Peter Andre kind of guy, so could you do me a favour? Could you get Tom Daly's body and put my face on it and airbrush it so it looked like that was my body? And I had that picture as my wallpaper, and you're going to think I'm crazy, for a year on my phone. I used to wake up every morning and go, I am going to look like that one day.
I don't think that's
right. But yeah, no, so I did that, and I used to say that to myself every morning, and I had to then end up, like, really force-feeding myself, because what I did was, where I didn't eat what I should be eating a day, I'd made my stomach so tiny that it got to the point where I would take, like, 2 bites of food, and, you know, be
full up.
Be full.
How
Be
hard was it
full.
for your mum watching you going through this?
Oh my God, she used to send me to the doctors all the time, and you know, my mum was like my biggest supporter. She made sure I was being fed and looked after, and she's the best person in the world, my mum, and I'm really lucky to have her.
Now,
yeah,
you
well, I
look
think
so
she's
well.
here today. She's in the green room, so I had to bring her with me.
It's incredibly brave. It's incredibly brave what you did, because as you say, you had literally a food phobia, and you forced yourself, didn't you, to every couple of hours eat a small amount until you built it up.
So it got to the stage where I said, right, I'm going to put my alarm on every morning now for 6 o'clock every morning. Got up at 6, had breakfast, and I felt like I was always force feeding myself, and then I'd remember one day doing it and then going, oh my God, it's like 11 o'clock now, and I'm a bit peckish.
Oh.
And,
so your stomach was starting to grow.
So then I trained, obviously I didn't train, but I made my stomach get bigger, and now I'm just like, you know, just eating all the time.